These are an incredibly unique proposition because of the cross-platform compatibility and the sheer amount of distinctive special features all rolled into one are like nothing I've seen before. So outside of probably my phone and my wallet, I'm sure, like you, the number one thing I look for to take with me when traveling or going on holiday, for example, is a good pair of earbuds or headphones. So when Poly reached out to sponsor a look at their Voyager 360 Plus earbuds, I thought what better way to test them than to take them with me to the beautiful region of South Portugal to get a great idea of their ANC quality, battery life, of course, actual sound quality, and fit, comfort, and design. And that's where we're going to start, because there's some things that I really like, and there's some things that I'm not so mad keen on. For a start, Poly were acquired by HP, so some of the unique features coming up should make a little more sense knowing that background. I think there are 3 different models in the 60 series, but the Plus model here has this really cool LED colour touchscreen on the top, which I haven't seen, I don't think, on any earbuds before. More on why that's so special in a second. But inside you also have this Bluetooth to USB adapter like you might have seen on a wireless mouse, for example, in the past. And it just means, while of course you can simply connect these via standard Bluetooth to a compatible device, you can also plug this in as well for an instant connection to a new device or just a device that you're possibly having Bluetooth issues with. You can guarantee range and limit dropouts. And then you actually have the buds themselves, and again, they are quite unique also in design. They have a long thin stem that kind of points down and inward once in your ear. I must admit they're not the most seamless looking, a little bulky you could say, but I don't know whether that's just my face and ear shape, but you can't say they're not in-ear secure and really comfortable. I've been using these on flights, around the pool, at the beach, at home, here in the studio, and I've been doing that for various multiple hours at a time, and I've had no real problems, no real aches or pains. They're just kind of really comfortable, and they don't feel like they're ever going to fall out. They don't feel loose, although I haven't been to the gym, gone jogging with them, for example, but you could do that because they have an IP54 water and dust resistant rating, so sweat and light rain should be no problem. The case is really solid and has a really nice sturdy hinge and snap to the close, and I love that matte black finish to the case and buds as well, even if it is probably slightly less resistant to smudge, fingerprints, dirt, etc. than perhaps a glossy pair would be. The case is also rather large, possibly perhaps slightly larger than what would be optimal for me, fitting inside my pocket, even though you can do that. But I suppose it kind of has to be that size so you can house that colour touchscreen display. But why have a display at all? What does it actually do? Well, it allows you to basically control the earbuds and their settings all from here. You can use these swipe gestures and tiny buttons on the inner stem to control volume, play, pause, ANC, etc. already, which are really nice and responsive, but the display also gives you battery levels of the case and buds, media controls and volume, ANC and transparency modes, more on that later, device selection, of which I think you can pair up to around 8, and a Bluetooth transmitter feature, which allows you to use the provided 3.5mm to Type-C cable to connect to a device that doesn't even have Bluetooth capabilities, which I think I've only ever seen on one other pair of earbuds to date. And I don't know why every single manufacturer doesn't do this. It's ingenious. It just means that there's loads of people out there that have devices that are still using 3.5mm ports, and it doesn't matter. You can use them, and switching between devices on the fly is a breeze too. I've been using my MacBook and my phone, and I've been listening to music or watching a video on YouTube, for example, on my MacBook, and then I simply jump to my phone if I get a call, for example, or want to listen to music on my phone. It just simply switches in seconds. And remember, this is completely cross-platform. You've got an Apple computer, I've been using sometimes Android phones, this as well, and they all work seamlessly, which I think is great. Now the end... Voice crack? Apparently I'm a teenager again. Oh, that's embarrassing. The ANC is not the best I've ever heard, although it works really well. And I've also noticed that when you put them in, if you're not listening to anything, it doesn't seem to be doing anything. And then as soon as you actually start playing the media, whether that's music or a video, for example, then it seems to be quite adaptive, and it actually then kind of kicks in and gives you that noise cancellation. And I suppose that's probably quite a good thing, because if you're not listening to anything, you probably want to be listening to the world around you, even though you do also have transparency mode anyway, which again works really well. I've probably been using the standard ANC mode the most, but you do also have an adaptive one, as well as environment and voice mode options for the transparency mode. Also on one of the pages on the touchscreen, you have a QR code, which allows you to instantly download the PolyLens app from either iOS or Google Play Store, which gives you yet another route for customization and control. And there's even a desktop app too. Like, I don't think I've seen a pair of earbuds that has this much software or multi-cross-platform software support. Kind of ticking the boxes and letting you decide which of those boxes you want to use. Just crazy choice. The mobile app is again one of, if not the most complete I've used. Not only does it look nice and fresh and modern, but the customization options are excellent. Battery and connection status, a chance to check the full manual if needed, because who really uses paperwork in, I mean, it's 2023, come on. And the settings section has so many sections that you can't really fail to find what you're looking for, from noise exposure, sensor settings, language, tone volume, EQ settings, voice prompts, and much, much more. And speaking of voice, I've used these on a fair few calls, and I've been told by friends and family that it just sounds, I've been switching between the phone mic and the mics in here, and it sounds like I'm not really doing any difference. They're saying that they can't notice when I'm changing between the two, which I suppose is really good. I think there are 3 mics at play here in these earbuds, and the sound quality overall is again pretty impressive. I will leave the full specs and product link in the video description so you don't have to take my word for it, but in my testing, the highs are really crisp and bright, great for vocals, guitar riffs, Zoom, team calls, etc. And while they're not going to give you all of the boomy details of a bass angled pair or premium over-ear headphones, when I did select the bass EQ mode on here, I was pleasantly surprised. Now, Poly advise 24 hours of battery, 8 in the buds, and then 16 further ones in the case, which is fairly, I think, standard amongst top tier earbuds these days. But I did notice that if you are using ANC, for example, then I was getting a little less than that, just to be expected. And you also have Bluetooth 5.3, so stability, connection should be pretty good. Now, in terms of price, oh, I missed it. That's embarrassing. There we go. In terms of price, 200, circa 250, I think, just a touch over. Currently at the time of recording, so not budget for sure, but I think with all the features that you get, I think it's a fair price. Either way, like I said, all of the information will be left in the video description below. I think that's it. Bit of ASMR there. You having that? Ah, here's an idea. Is that what you're looking for? Is that why you came here? For tech ASMR? No? Right. Check out some of the other videos I've created here that I think you might find interesting. Subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed it, and follow my other social medias if you want short form content on these and other tech stuff that I've got going on at the moment. Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, all ASBYT official. You've been the best as always. My name's Adam. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. It's ASBYT. Peace out.